Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Chronic Colouring Down Under. I'd like to thank those who have subscribed so far and welcome those who are watching for the first time. My name is Sara, I'm from Victoria, Australia, and today I will be doing a collab with my gorgeous friends Johanna from Jojosa Hannah, Jamie from Jamie's Colouring Love, and Tiana from Tiana's Colouring Creations. If this is something you think you'll like, grab a drink, put your feet up and enjoy. Welcome back everybody, and welcome to those, as said in the intro, who are watching for the first time. I hope everyone is doing well in this crazy world. Yes, I've changed the wonderful to crazy because it's not that wonderful at the moment. So, but it's a wonderful colouring community. So hopefully one day I can say wonderful again. Enough of that. As I said in the intro, today I will be doing the Hues of 2022 collab with Johanna from Jojosa Hannah's, yep, that's just her name, Jamie's Colouring Love, Jamie, and Tiana from Tiana's Colouring Creations. This month's theme is spring. Most of you know that I am from Australia, so I'm the odd one out in this one as we are currently in autumn. So I had to think about, you know, what am I going to do for this month, and I thought, all right, well, Easter, that's the thing we do have in common, and what does my family generally do at Easter? We normally go camping. Every Easter, we've been camping since my daughter's was about 3, and she's now 22, turning 23. We've only missed out when COVID started, and today, but I'll talk more about that during the video. And so I thought, okay, I'm doing sort of an autumn theme, so I'm going to do a spring palette. So I'll be bringing the spring in through my colours. So I grabbed my trusty colour catalogue, oops, and I will pick out a palette in here. I am going to go into more detail into this catalogue. It's one of the tools that I do use to help myself pick out my palette. That video should be up next month, so keep your eye out for that if you're interested in how I help myself with choosing palettes. So as you can see, it says browse by colours, keywords, collections. So I'm going to go by keywords, and as you'll see, it's got a variety of words there. I'm trying not to let the glare happen. So I'm going to pick spring, and all the spring palettes starting down here, that's from the previous page, come up. So that wasn't supposed to happen. I got big thumbitis. Sorry. It's not going to let me. It's very touchy. Quickest way if anyone else has this catalogue and they know a quicker way to get back to the start, let me know. Browse by keywords, spring, that page, open. Okay, no, I've done it again, which is probably good because it's showing you how touchy it really is. All right, back again, take 3. And mind you, this is take 2 of doing this video because I didn't press the record button. I'm having one of those days, guys. Right, so we'll go continued on next page. Alright, and I'm only going to have a look at them in the small one because I can't remember. I haven't used this catalogue for a while. So I don't use a lot of purple and pinks. So I reckon I might, yeah, I like that one. When I do the video on this catalogue, I'll explain all the letters and that down the bottom for you. Not going to use them today, but they do come in really handy. So what I'm going to do is pause for a moment, go and select my markers, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've chosen my markers, and I'm using today what I would normally take camping with me is the Kaiser Crafts Slim Art markers. Oh, sorry about that, Claire. From Kaiser Craft, as I said. So these are really good markers, really good price, especially for fellow Aussies. I'm pretty sure you can buy these on Amazon as well, overseas. But they come in a really handy case, and I think they go up to 60 or 72 size. But I bought this to take when I go camping. So it doesn't matter if they get dirty or lost or whatever. But I had trouble finding the pale blue. That's the ones I've come up with. They're not exact, but I only eyeballed today. So I grabbed my Ohuhu blue grey. And Sarah can't do a page without brown. I love earth tone colours, so I grabbed my favourite brand, which is another cheap one, and it's the Anko Dual Tip Graphic Marker. This is a Kmart brand, and you can buy, I'll grab the packet. This one's all mixed up, so those colours don't exist. This is the Skin Graphic Markers, and I love the browns in these. That's a mixed up pack, as I said. So this is the potato brown, my favourite one out of them, and they're only $4.50 for 6, is it? Yeah, 6. So we will get started. Now, it's Good Friday here today. I was supposed to have this up yesterday. I was supposed to film and up yesterday, so I apologise. Have a bit of cardboard. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and I'm hoping I might, oh no, I've got that light off, so that's alright. I'm hoping this lighting's alright for you guys. I'll just tilt you up a bit. Yeah, I went to the doctor's yesterday, as I've got to go every month. And my current GP is away for 4 months. A little bit rude. No, he deserves a break. He's just, if he ever retires or I ever leave here, this town, it's going to be hard pressed finding a GP as good and compassionate as he is. Anyway, the GP I saw yesterday decided that he was going to muck around with my medication. And I said to him, I don't really feel comfortable with that because my GP doesn't even do them unless under instructions from my pain specialist. He's the one that, you know, deals with all my medication and dosages, etc. And he's and I'm just like, whatever. I just wanted to get out because I don't like him. He's really rude. And anyway, we followed what he said, and of course he's reduced one. And I have to admit, I do hate taking this drug because it is a steroid tablet. And I have woken up today. What's the time? It's 1:30. I didn't sleep very well last night, which is nothing new, so that's no biggie. But I've been up for, I think I got out of bed about 10 eventually, and then had a shower, and it took me so long. Like, I mean, Darren helps me all the time anyway, but my joints are the worst they have been for months. My pain is just right up there today. So if I sound a bit off, I am, but I really wanted to get this out because I didn't do it yesterday, and yeah, I needed a distraction. Yeah, it does hurt a little bit using it, but it's funny, like I'm obviously left-handed, but my right fingers and wrist and elbow hurt more than my left side does. Like, my left side hurts, but not anywhere to the extent of the right side, and I only get the pins and needles in the right side too, so it's really weird. But I am not going to go on talking about my health all day, because that's just, I don't want to do that. I want a distraction and want to yak with you guys. Sorry, I'm just grabbing a drink, so I need to stop talking for at least 2 seconds. I'm not very good at that. Stop talking, that is. Yes, so as I said, it's Good Friday here, and we are home, which is really unusual for us. We normally camp this time of year, as I said earlier on, and because our middle son, he just got a job at the local supermarket 3 weeks ago, and we didn't feel it was right him asking for time off so soon. And we could have gone without him and, you know, he stayed at a mate's place or, you know, work something out, but it just didn't feel right. You know, I'm not quite ready. I can remember when our daughter stopped doing that sort of stuff with us, but it wasn't very often because she actually enjoyed it. So it was, we were lucky there. But yeah, I'm not ready to not do vacations without the boys with us, unless Darren and I are doing a couples thing. So yeah, it's really disappointing, and we've always, like, if we haven't gone like down along the beach or up on the river, which was our main place, we would go. I grew up living on the Murray River, so I love the Murray. So we didn't book anything, and as it is, Jace ended up having, I think it was a couple of days off, but they weren't back to back. Or no, they might have been. And we've always, another place we go camping a lot, even in winter, is Darren's family have a property out in the mountains near where we live. So it's only about like 20-minute drive, which is perfect. And all our family are out there this year, as in Darren's side of the family, and family friends from South Australia. So it's really, yeah, it's a bit sucky being home at Christmas, at Easter. But yeah, we're doing all right. And in saying that, if you do hear anything, any noise in the background, I apologise. It's Darren and the boys playing pool in the next room. And it's actually really nice because this is the first time in the holidays, which has only been for a week, that the four of us have been home together, because poor Jace has just been working his little butt off because the supermarket's just been that crazy getting ready for Easter. So yeah, I asked a person, and his name's not Darren, hint hint, yes it is, if I could tell a funny story about this person that's not Darren. Yes it is. When we went camping the last time we were out at Darren's parents' property. Now, I'm trying to remember how many acres they got. I think it's about 20 acres. 10? Oh, I don't know. It's a lot. Yeah, it'd be, I'm just trying to compare. We used to have a 3-acre property. It'd easily be 20 plus acres. Anyway, we were camping with Darren's brother and his family, and as you do, you have a few drinks around the campfire. And Darren's brother had made some homemade gin, I think it was. I'm sure Darren will correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't matter. It was homemade alcohol. Now, I haven't drank. I might have, when we go camping, that's pretty well the only time I might have a couple of glasses of kOOL milk. Otherwise, I don't drink, just because of the amount of medication I'm on. I don't think it's a good idea. So, and I really don't like hangovers. Who does? So, anyway, this night, this person, Darren, not Darren, yes it is, had, a few beers, and then he had probably 2 or 3 glasses of this homemade gin mixed with, I don't know what. And, like, we had our caravans out there, and now before I go any further, I need to explain that, I'm not sure if I've ever told you guys, but Darren had a brain tumour. He shouldn't be here with us. That's how lucky we are. He had a brain tumour removed in 2001, and it's the worst brain tumour that you can get, and he was at grade 3 to 4. So he was up there, and the doctors still can't believe that he's still hanging around. They just, they call him their miracle. And so he can't drink a lot anyway, and not even by choice, but like his one drink might be equivalent to somebody else having 4 drinks. So it just affects him a lot quicker. And also he has epilepsy. He doesn't have seizures, but he, blacks out. But we're not talking about Darren, remember? Anyway, so that's just sort of give you a bit of background, so you don't think that this person is a rolling drunk and drank 26 cans and 6 gins. Anyway, I could see, and like also, he only drinks, he doesn't drink every weekend or every night or anything. He's definitely a social drinker, and I have to be with him at all times, or one of his good mates, because like he knows when he should stop and can see the signs, and myself too. Often we see the signs before Darren does. Anyway, this night, I can't remember whether we went to bed at the same time or not. Like, this was well before COVID. So we toddled off to bed, I'll say. Not Darren, my other husband. Yeah, it was Darren. All right, I'm not going to do that anymore. And anyway, as you know, well, I don't know if you know, but especially I notice whenever Darren has a few beers, he goes to the toilet quite a few times during the night. And doesn't bother me because half the time I'm either awake already or I wake up every time he goes. Anyway, this particular night, gotten up, and I actually didn't hear him get up, but I heard him mumbling and carrying on behind the caravan. Next thing, like, this is too much information, sorry guys, but I could hear him going to the toilet because I can remember thinking, you dirty shit, go and bloody wee behind a bush. He was just too lazy, he didn't want to go too far. And he didn't take his phone out with him to be able to see. And so I'd fallen back to sleep, thinking, yep, he's just gone to the toilet. And you know how you're sort of like in a half sleep and you think you've only been snoozing for a minute or two. Well, I looked at my phone and it had been about half an hour, or nearly half an hour. And I'm thinking, where is he? And, you know, because he wasn't back in bed. And so I sort of thought, all right, I'll get up and go and have a look and see if he's sitting out by the fire or something, because that's, you know, something he loves doing. And knowing that he was drunk, I thought, oh, well, he wasn't drunk. Well, no, yeah, he was. And so I thought, oh, I better check just to make sure, you know, he hasn't fallen over or anything, hurt himself. So I've grabbed the torch, gone out. No sign of Darren. And I'm thinking, great. And because, you know, we're in the shrub and, you know, being in the mountain range, there's lots of big rocks around, and all I kept thinking, you know, he's tripped over and he's hit his head. And I'm calling out to him, but I couldn't yell too loud because I didn't want to wake his brother and their family in their van. And I walked around for about hour and a half. Couldn't find him. Really starting to stress by now. I bet the camera today. And I thought, no, I've got to wake Jace up to see if he can come and help me. So Jace has got up and he's looking around, and, you know, I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. And I'm, you know, getting a bit teary and anxious, and I couldn't drive around. I did think about getting in the car and going for a drive, but then I thought, well, you know, I could run over him. So I didn't want to start a car. And then I rang his best mate, and he didn't answer. This was like about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm bawling my eyes out, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Do I ring this SES, which is the State Emergency Service people? And I'm crying, and Jace is trying to console me, and he's worried about his dad, and I'm like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And then Jason, I've gone, no, we've just got to keep looking. So we started, it was now about 5 o'clock. So everyone had been in bed for, you know, a reasonable time. So they got woken up, we weren't going to feel too bad. So we started yelling out a little bit louder. And next thing, I hear my sister-in-law yell out, "He's in here." I went, "What?" The silly man decided, well, not decided, got his caravans confused and went back and hopped in his brother's caravan. Now you're thinking, well, wouldn't he know by getting into bed with his brother and his brother's wife? Well, they have an expander, so there's 2 double beds at each end. And their son, who normally sleeps at the other end, he was only 5 at the time, I think, had jumped into bed with them that night. So when Darren went to bed in there, there was no one in that particular bed. But what we couldn't understand, what didn't trigger him, is that it was a different orientation. The bed he got in was going north-south, where ours is east-west orientated. And obviously I was relieved and went in and got him, and he's like, "How do I get in here?" And, you know, totally oblivious. I was furious. Not so much with him, because that's why he can't be on his own when he does have a couple of drinks, because he does seriously get a bit disorientated. So that's when he's had too much to drink, I should say. But I was annoyed, and I hope sister-in-law's not watching, but I was really annoyed that it took her an hour and a half to tell us. Because she said, "Yeah, I heard you's out looking for him." And I thought, you don't know what I really thought. But yeah, never been so worried in my whole life. I seriously all I could think of is that he's lying somewhere, he's tripped over a rock, split his head open, bleeding out. And yeah, so he's no longer allowed to drink any homemade spirits whatsoever. I've put my foot down and said, "No, not worth it, mate." It might have tasted all right, and he ended up saying to me, "No, it didn't." But yeah, couldn't risk going through that again, because, you know, that's something that could actually happen. So we laugh about it now, but yeah, certainly didn't laugh about it that night. He was in the doghouse for a bit, I can tell you. So, but he's such a little shit, because he knows how to get me and knows how not to stay in the doghouse for too long. He's very good at it. So yeah, geez, I've gone out of the lines a lot today. You can tell my hands are crapola. I'm not going to do a really, really long video, but what I'll do is, when I finish this, I'll just do the wheel thingy. It goes over the, I don't know. My brain really isn't working today. So it's probably a really good thing that we didn't go camping this year, the way my body is today, and with all the work that Jace has been doing. Oh, sorry. That's the fire brigade. They go around every year doing the Royal Children's Hospital appeal. Royal Children's Hospital is a huge hospital in Melbourne here. Sorry, when I say in Melbourne here, we don't live in Melbourne, but we're in Victoria. It's one of the charities that we donate to every single year. My nephew was born with a cleft palate and a cleft lip. So he, when he was a bubba, spent a lot of time down there. He still does have to go down there because as he's growing he needs more surgeries. And Jace has had a stint down there, so it's, yeah, it's a the Good Friday appeal is something really close to our hearts, and if we ever won Tats Lotto, that is one of the places that we would do a huge donation to. And the St Vincent's Hospital, because they've, the care that they've provided Darren over the years has just been amazing. So yeah, so it just, yeah, it just feels really weird not camping. It felt weird the last 2 years because of COVID, but everybody wasn't camping. And now, you know, we're sulking because we're missing out. But I wouldn't have enjoyed myself out there knowing Jace was in here working. So yeah, we'll have fun. We're making sure of that. I'm spending today pretty well recording whatever I can, but don't be surprised if it ends up being just one day of this video. And we just want to do as much stuff together as we can as a family of us. And Diane, our daughter, was going to come home for Easter, but she got herself a new job, has stepped up the ladder in her world of employment, and we're extremely proud of her. And she's working over Easter, so yeah, it's just part of life, isn't it? As your kids grow up and leave the nest, or, you know, go into their next stage of life. It's, yeah. But we're super, super proud of them. Just a bit sooky la la. It'd be good if you could turn back time and just enjoy them that little bit extra, because you sort of don't, well, I'm not going to say everybody, but you know, you sort of, when your first one leaves, you look back and think, oh, of how quick it went by, and you know, how sometimes you just don't cherish every minute that you have with them. So that's, yeah, probably our biggest regret. But they're, at the end of the day, they're all happy and healthy, so that is the main thing. I'm really going the pastel colour here, aren't I? Oh, I promise the flowers and everything will be really super duper bright, I hope. But I'll just finish, I was going to finish that bit off, but I'll just finish this little bit off and we'll call it a day. So I'm sorry if this ends up going up late, and I'm sorry if I don't sound all enthused in that. It's just, yeah, pain and medication. Whoopsie. Because of course, because he's mucked around with my medication, I've ended up having to take an extra bloody strong pain reliever, which I hardly take. anymore. Like, not even for my flares do I take what I've taken today. So, yeah. Sometimes doctors really need to listen to us a bit better, I think, and realise that we do know our own bodies a lot better. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to leave it at that today, guys. Sorry this isn't the most upbeat video. I hope you enjoyed my little story about, not Darren, it was. I did ask for his permission to share that story. And he said, yeah, my fans love it. Oh, he's a donkey. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a fantastic Easter and are enjoying the time with your loved ones. Thanks for watching and supporting me, guys. I do really appreciate you all. You're just amazing people and always put a smile on my face when I read your comments. And that's what I'll be doing tonight, is replying to comments and emails. So don't think I've forgotten you if I haven't responded. If you enjoyed the video, got a laugh out of it, or out of Darren, give us a thumbs up, and it really does help the channel. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing and hit the notification bell, then you know when I do put a new video up. But most of all, stay safe, and remember, colouring is cool and kind. Bye.